What's up, everybody? Welcome back, man. We back in the building. It's your boy D. Fran. We back for another episode. Back for more podcasting fun. Before we get into it, make sure you subscribe. I just need to do a check real quick. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're on SoundCloud, Spotify, or iTunes right now, if you want to listen to the audio versions only. If you want to watch YouTube, it's on YouTube as well. Just search up D. Fran, and you can find it there. We got a lot to get into, man. A lot of things to discuss that happened over the weekend. First things I want to talk about is some just quick music. I ain't really about doing a musical breakdown over the shit that dropped this week. But I did listen to Nas King Disease 2, and, you know, it was a pretty dope album. I like listening to older people who ain't really trying to relive their street past, who ain't really trying to relive their street life. They talking about their new shit. They talking about investment. They talking about luxury. They talking about, like, shit that old people should be discussing when they're rapping, and I like that because it's age appropriate for his demographic and his people. So salute to Nas. I also listened to that Jack Harlow and Pusha T song, SUV, Black on Black. Very good song. Jack Harlow is going to be one of the guys, man. Regardless if you like him, you don't like him, he's going to be one of them young guys that are going to be around for a little while. He has a great flow. He raps good and all that good shit like that. But let's get to the bullshit. You know, we want the bullshit. The music is great. We love him. Oh, yeah, festivals. Let's get to the bullshit. So Akademiks blew up on Charlamange the God yesterday night on Twitch. So, well, I wouldn't say necessarily on Charlamagne the God, but, you know, that's what the article reads. Blows up on Charlamagne the God. So, Akademiks obviously dropped his podcast. It's wildly successful at this point. 6ix9ine and Wack100, they were on the podcast episode for the first pilot episode. And it went crazy, right? So, Akademiks is currently sitting at number 2 on the Spotify charts behind Joe Rogan. And on episodes is number 20 as far as episodes go. So he's wearing that as a badge on. Now, this is not a diss. This is just to look at shit like, let's be honest. Because I like Akademiks. Very entertaining. Very hilarious. The podcast that he did with Wack100 and 6ix9ine, I liked it. It was great. And it created content falling off the podcast itself on the Clubhouse and every other thing that content was created on. It also created a story that we're going to speak about later, which pertains to Jim Jones and Wack100 getting into it because of that. But anyways, let me read some of these statements that Akademiks made. So, during a recent Twitch stream, Ak went off against Charlamagne and his staff, also dissing Rory during a heated rant. Much of his diatribe of Charlamagne was actually directed at the Horrible Decision podcasters working on his network who have allegedly been smearing Ak's name on social media. When your little failed-ass podcast, and this is talking about the Horrible Decisions podcast, when your little failed-ass podcast, tell Akademiks is probably not the nigga you want to talk about, said the blogger, fighting back against any claims that his YouTube numbers are dwindling against hers. And I don't think that was an argument that was being had of his numbers compared to her numbers. I think she tried to claim that Akademiks was trying to promote his podcast on Andrew Schultz's podcast off the back of Rory. I don't agree with that. I think that Andrew Schultz asked him to bring up a topic about it. He brought it up. And, you know, of course, when Akademiks gets on a roll about people he don't like, that's what he's going to do. When he posted about his strong debut on Spotify's podcast charts, Ak couldn't help but get a little petty with Rory crossing out their show from the listing. He finished the week at number 2 in the United States behind Joe Rogan with an unauthorized compilation page of Twitch streaming clips clocking in at number 5. So, let me say one thing about podcasts, right? I don't know how them podcast lists work, but a lot of people say them numbers are a little frisky and a little fleeting, you know? Let's be honest, Akademiks is on Spotify. So, Spotify is going to place you where they want to place you. I'm not saying that his podcast didn't do a lot of numbers, because also, going up high in those charts have to do with traffic. I'm sure a lot of Akademiks fans ran over to follow, listen, watch, all that. That's great. But podcasting, man, that's a long game. Your audience got to be willing. Now, I know he has a loyal fan base. He loves his audience. They're great. They're this, chat niggas, all that. But they got to be willing to go down that ride with you because there's going to be episodes where it's stale, where it's stagnant, where you can't really fit in the content. Your first episode was 6ix9ine and Wack100. 2 people who that's just views right there. Just those 2 people going at it about street shit, whatever the hell they was talking about. That's views right there. So I wouldn't get too excited about, you know, put Joe Rogan, I'm ahead of Call Her Daddy. Like, these are staples in the game of podcasting. Staples. Huge demographics, right? These people reach millions of people an episode. But, of course, you got a lot of traffic in the beginning because it's 6ix9ine and Wack100. And I feel like he knows that, but you got to kind of pump your shit up. You got to kind of pump your chest out. You got to do that. You got to be calm. Hey, come check out my shit. It's here. It's there. But it's like, bro, it's going to be ebbs and flows. Because even the shot at Rory and Mal, I used to have critiques of Rory and Mal. I used to say, I don't think that they're going to, be that great without Joe Budden. I don't watch the podcast, personally, the new one, with just them two. And that's the thing about them and Joe Budden, right? I realized it yesterday when I was watching Joe Budden podcast, when it comes to Rory and Mal. They're great as, like, additional commentary and like this. But me personally, I don't know what you do. You might go to them to listen to their perspective. If something happens in the game, in hip-hop, in the world, I don't care to rush over to hear their perspective. If it's a certain big enough thing, like a big album or a big situation like The Baby, I'll go watch Joe Budden's podcast just for that clip. I ain't gonna listen to the whole thing, but I want to go hear his perspective on certain. That's why I think Joe has, to me, over them. I still want to hear Joe's perspective on certain things that's going on within the world and within the culture. Them, not so much, but you can't hate on them. They pulling 250, 260 on YouTube, 300, 400, like they pulling huge, bigger numbers than Joe at this point. And I thought it was gonna dwindle down a little bit. But it seemed like the brothers is still cooking, so I can't really say that these are fly-by-night fans anymore. But with Akademiks, he gonna have to realize, to get them numbers on YouTube, you're gonna have to do that by yourself. And I don't know if he's gonna be able to pull 500 off YouTube by himself. Because let's just look at Everyday Struggle. When Joe Budden left, was Everyday Struggle pulling 5, 6? No, it wasn't. It was pulling like 100, 120, 130. So is Akademiks gonna be able to build a big enough of a fan base to pull 400,000 people on YouTube? In a podcast, not a 3-minute, what's up with your boy Akademiks? Hey, the niggas is sharp. Not that shit. I'm talking about a full-length, hour-long podcast. And the 6ix9ine is 6ix9ine. Don't tell me about 6ix9ine. Of course 6ix9ine gonna do numbers. Anybody could have an interview with 6ix9ine that has a notable name, and this shit gonna go crazy. Breakfast Club shit got, 15, 20 million views when he did the interview with them? You got that guess. That's great. But that's what I'm saying, don't hop on your high horse just yet, Akademiks. He's great. He's a staple. If you want to call him the innovator of the internet and this and that, he got it. That's him. That's him. But in the podcast space, that's a long game, dog. And people, when they listen to their podcast, they don't fuck around because they taking up their time to sit there and listen. It's not like a YouTube clip where you're just watching some shit real quick, 5 minutes. I'm going to sit back. Let me listen to this motherfucker guy say. I got to sit there and work and listen to you for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. And he ain't proven that yet to have this type of, he bringing up these stats on Spotify. First of all, like I said, you sign to Spotify, the numbers might be a little, not even the numbers might be there. But of course, Spotify gonna stack you, If you look at the Spotify charts, look at it. It's Joe Rogan, Spotify exclusive. Akademiks, Spotify exclusive. What's the dude name who do the armchair shit? He is a comedian, Spotify exclusive. Then it go down to somebody who's big on their own. Then it's Spotify exclusive. So of course, look at this. Look at Joe Budden. You telling me Joe Budden was #1 on Spotify for his entire contract length before Joe Rogan came? Joe Budden was #1. And you telling me as soon as Joe Budden had a little bit of friction with Spotify, he just seemingly went down to number 15, 16 on the rankings, on the list. You telling me that's what Joe Budden was doing? He ranked number 16 now. He been #1 on Spotify for 2 years, but as soon as he announces he ain't going back to Spotify, he counting down the episodes when he leaving Spotify, he all of a sudden dropped down in the rankings to 16, 15, 14, when he been #1 for 2 years when the contracts was all good. Come on, man. Stop it. As far as the horrible decision shit goes, I don't know their numbers, right? But for that type of demographic, when you look at their SoundCloud, they was pulling like 100,000 views. Yeah, I know 100,000 don't sound that great, but like I said, when you get 100,000 views on a podcast, you can make some bread off that. You gotta think about it like this. Podcasts do their ads based on per thousand, like most things do, per thousand. Per thousand, right? So if I get 100,000 views on Spotify, that's 100,000s, right? And they charge maybe about 20. I don't know if it changed, but when I was reading about it, it was about $20, right? $20 per thousand. So if you get 100,000 plays, you can charge a company $2,000 for one ad. So imagine you put 3 ads in your podcast. Each podcast you make is 6 racks. And let's multiply that by, you drop one every week, so $24,000 a month potentially off a podcast that get 100,000 views. you raking in $288,000 just in ad revenue per year for a podcast. You can see here, chop it up with your homies, do whatever. It's very low maintenance. This mic probably cost $200. This camera probably costs $300. And you get your laptop and this and that. You good to go. You ain't got to worry about nothing else. Raking in $288,000 just in ads, not merch, not nothing. Maybe a little YouTube revenue, not just off ads on your podcast. So they doing all right. I'm just curious. Like Akademiks is a big name. He's a big name. You got to give it to him. He's a big name. But in that podcast space, he's not a big name. He's a big name in the content, the Twitch, the live stream. Live stream don't always correlate to podcasts. And let's keep it a buck. This off the record shit with 6ix9ine and Wack, you hear the niggas on Clubhouse saying, oh, Wack trying to do a Wack's podcast. Wack, they wasn't saying Akademiks podcast. They were saying Wack's podcast. They wasn't saying, oh, 6ix9ine and Wack was on Akademiks podcast. A lot of them dudes was like, Wack trying to do a podcast now. His first guest was 6ix9ine and da-da-da. Now, they could just be uninformed. That's true. They're uninformed. Maybe they're uninformed. But we got to see him do it on his own. He was saying maybe, he'll get a special guest and maybe I'll interview Tory. That's a little bit of a low-hanging fruit. Oh, yeah, he got Tory Lanez. Let's talk about Meg. Like, whatever. I don't know if that's going to be the big views killer. Maybe if he talks shit about Meg, people are obviously going to view it. But I don't know if that's the views killer he wants it to be. But you got to think, Akademiks is now in a space where he's competing with some, like, great podcasts, especially in hip-hop. He competing with Joe, who got longevity. I know Joe's numbers have dwindled, the whole situation going on. But I listened to his recent podcast. Joe still got it. Joe's still that guy when it comes to podcasts, right? He got to go up against Gillian Wallow. I'm about to say Gillo. Gillian Wallow, they're on a rampage. And they're interviewing the biggest artists out right now. He got to go and compete up against those people. So, I mean, we'll see. I think it's a little too early to be puffing your chest out saying I'm number 2 behind Joe Rogan when you got a new, fresh podcast. Anybody who has a name and creates a podcast and drives traffic to that podcast, you're going to do good the first couple episodes. It's going to blow up. Like, look, he posted, I was looking at the recent numbers, right? It's him, Joe, some shit called Distractible Armchair, which is, like I said, Spotify exclusive. We got Deathbed Confessions, Spotify exclusive. Caller Daddy, Spotify exclusive. Crime Junkie, not a spot. Like the top 10 or the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The top 8 got 5 Spotify exclusives. Come on. Of course they're going to put their people in the front. But we'll see what happens, man. I think it's going to be good. I think he's going to be, like he said, he's going to try to produce the content that people want to see. I'm not saying his podcast is not going to be good. I just don't know if the numbers are going to be sustainable to what he's speaking of. He's speaking about the Rogans and the Caller Daddies. Like, these are like astronomical, millions and millions of views a month type of podcast. I would say Akademiks probably pull like a cool 100, 150 each episode for the podcast. I don't think it's going to be in the millions. Millions a month? Unless it's, like I said, unless it's some 6ix9ine shit. But that shit will get old eventually. Nobody's going to want to fuck with that eventually. But that's how I got on that. He really go at Charlamagne, but he brought up Charlamagne because Charlamagne was saying that the Horrible Decisions Girls numbers are big. Just because their numbers aren't big on YouTube doesn't mean that the numbers aren't big in general. That was his argument. Because and then Akademiks try to say, no, the numbers do correlate. If your podcast big, your YouTube gonna be big. That's not always true. Because a lot of people are OG podcasters. Salute time stands for the dollar. A lot of OG podcasts are started and embedded in audio. The fans love it for the audio. Like The Read. The Read probably pulls in 400, 500,000. This is a podcast with Crystal, Kid Fury. They do like pop culture shit like that, right? They're like an OG podcast. Like, I listened to their podcast back in like, I don't really listen to it no more. Back in like 2015 when I was kind of interested in starting podcasting, how people do their podcast, different segments, different this. They was pulling in like 400, 500,000. They have no YouTube channel. If they started a YouTube channel, they would probably get views, but the audience is so engulfed in the audio experience from them, that's what they're going to do. And you can't tell me he probably going to be bigger than them. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it go, man. We'll see. It's a lot of, the podcast game is a long game, man. And we'll see how it goes for him. Hopefully, I wish nobody nothing but success. But we'll see. So, anyways, the next topic we got here is Wack100 and Jim Jones, right? So, 2 gangster bloods. Oh, shit, I'm scared to even talk about this shit. But they're kind of going at it. And they're going at it because of 6ix9ine. To me, this looks like 9 Trey all over again. We got real street. I don't even like using quotation because I don't want to play down your streetness level, right? I just don't know. I'm not in the streets. I'm not a street guy. But you got two, what everybody says, real street guys. Wack, Jim Jones, scary. Oh shit, don't fuck with them. Don't do this, don't do that. And now they're in a predicament, essentially because of 6ix9ine. So Wack went on. So Jim. Well, 6ix9ine was talking shit about Jim Jones on Clubhouse. 6ix9ine's been trying to pull Jim Jones down into the mud with him. He brought up why is Jim. He's like 6ix9ine throws out shit to get the people thinking, to get people like, oh shit, maybe he is right. Oh shit, maybe 6ix9ine is telling the truth. Why is Jim Jones not in jail? Why is he not in jail for some Virginia case? He did put a hit out on me, but he's not in prison. But he was on a wiretap calling the hit. I don't know. But in social media realm, it's easy because people gonna start speculating. People just gonna pick up. You can say anything. Like watch the 6ix9ine interview, right? He says Snoop Dogg wrote a letter to my judge. Snoop Dogg wrote a letter to my judge. And then one thing he said, oh, his team, but it's still Snoop. And then Wack broke it down. Snoop Dogg's a brand. Like, his brand probably said, like, cease and desist and all type of shit like that. You dragging his name through the mud. You bringing up his infidelities with his wife. We got big brand partnerships, this and that. So his team, his probably conglomerate that runs the brand, probably sent them hoes out. But he framed it as Snoop Dogg did. Then he said Snoop Dogg trying not to let Suge Knight get out of jail. But Snoop Mama. It's like he leading the people away because everybody ain't going to listen. But that's not the point. Jim Jones was on the phone with Melly Murder Mel or something like that, right? I think that's his name. Murder Mel. Or Mel Murder, something like that. I don't even, why'd you even want a name like that? Why'd you even want a name like that? But anyways, Mel Murder was on there saying Wack is essentially Wack, he a bitch. I'm on the yard with niggas in LA and they saying he ain't solid, he ain't, whatever street niggas do, all that bullshit, right? Like, bro, you in prison. Like, come on. You made some terrible decisions, and you're in prison. Anyways, Wack100 obviously heard it, because Jim Jones was like, kind of coaching Mel Murder in the back. Tell him who you addressing. Tell him who you're talking to. And he was like, Wack100, bitch. That's how they do. Anyways, let me read the article. Wack100 wants Jim Jones to provide paperwork to prove he isn't a snitch. Tekashi 6ix9ine has been running amok in the rap game ever since the release of Gummo. Though his career has certainly dwindled, he's clearly taking every and any opportunity imaginable to keep his name in the headlines this past week. Akademiks released the first episode of Off the Record podcast, which resulted in them having a heavy backlash and feud. A follow-up conversation on Clubhouse included 21 Savage, 6ix9ine, and Wack100 went viral on Friday morning. Though the highlight was Wack threatening to whoop 21 Savage's ass, there was a moment when Tekashi brought up Jim Jones' name, suggesting that the Dipset member was a snitch. Among other things, this ultimately led to a response from Jones, who called up Mel Matrix to verbally violate 6ix9ine as well as Wack100. This is what Mel Matrix said. I quote, "Fuck Wack100, you know what I'm saying? Fuck him and anybody that's working with him, you heard me? That nigga a hoe. Him and the nigga he talking to." Matrix heard saying on the phone call. Do I have a back part of this? Yes, I do. Though we've yet to hear from Tekashi 6ix9ine, Wack100 certainly wasn't allowed this to fly without addressing the matter. He took to Instagram where he issued a 5-minute response. This is a Wack's, I quote, "Hey yo, Jim Jones, listen, I don't know what your issue with me is, bro. The kid the one that called you a snitch. Facts is facts, my nigga," Wack said before bringing up Jones' alleged role in 9 Trey Gangsta Bloods. "You gave an order, and that order was carried out. The fact that you had to have a nigga from jail," I don't like saying the word nigga. I don't like saying the word nigga. Let me just bleep it out. "And you on the street, you pussy mott. I thought we was better than that, but since you want to direct it to me and not talk about what the man said, what's on the internet, right? About you talking on a wiretap. Lets me know that you were running from something. Because not one time, Jimmy, have you addressed what the man said about you. Don't try to redirect it to Wack, mott, you know?" Wack continued to bring up allegations that Jim Jones cooperated with the authorities. He cited a gun in Virginia that has apparently vanished, as well as the fact that Jones did not go to jail despite being on wiretap and having that recording played during the 9 Trey racketeering trial. "Yo, Jim, the street, you owe me an explanation. And dudes need to see the paperwork from that gun case you called another state because something really ain't adding up. He continued. Now, I don't know if it's of street dudes to call it other street dudes live on the thing because, especially on behest of 6ix9ine, you would take 6ix9ine where 6ix9ine would do anything to deflect, reflect, and deny and retract whatever to anybody else but himself, right? Anything to deflect from him, he'll do it. Wack100 also brought up, and I don't know if it was a Clubhouse or something, that 6ix9ine offered to pay him $25,000 to get an artist wristband and get it rolling out. Obviously, this guy, I don't necessarily he has a death wish. Because I don't really think any of the rappers would kill 6ix9ine if they see him. They might fight him, maybe. But I feel like he's one of those people like, this is, you know those people who you hear like on movies or TV or whatever, and just in real life in general, the worst people to fuck with is people who got nothing to lose. At this point, 6ix9ine, see, he has money and kids and family, so he got something to lose. But I guess he feels like he has nothing to lose. His 6ix9ine has to die on this hill. That nobody can fuck with him, nobody can touch. Like, he has to die on that hill. But you're only, what is he, 25? You're a millionaire. Go live your fucking life, bro. I seen him at the UFC event in Houston. I don't know how that went, you know, because Houston people ain't really fucking with him. I don't know if he zipped in or zipped out. I don't know. But like, go live your life, bro. Go do you. You don't want to be a part of music. You ain't gonna make music no more, bro. You got millions of dollars. Go do real estate. Go do the, like, I don't have the infatuation want to be in hip hop, but just be in hip hop to be an antagonizer. Just to create and stir up shit. And I get it. Everybody says something about him. It's kind of how I feel about Kwame Brown, how I feel about 6ix9ine. It's like, all right, I get it. Somebody said something about you initially, but now nobody's saying nothing no more. So what's the point to keep going? Like, they say something, I say something back. What am I going to keep going for now? The only reason I see you to continue to go is because you want attention from the situation still. That's the only reason. That's how I look at Kwame Brown, and that's how I look at 6ix9ine. In regards to, in the Kwame Brown case, just in regards to him bringing up people that are no longer speaking about him, right? Anybody who says something new, get them, go at them, go crazy. But old people from months ago that ain't saying shit, you obviously just want the attention. That's how I look at it. That's me. But, like I said, 6ix9ine is once again creating havoc in the street culture, the streets, right? Jim Jones, real street guy. Oh shit, New York blood. Wack100. Oh shit, real, you know, LA blood. Like, these are real guys. They talk on the phone. They say shit, you know, certain shit like, hey, we here. Whatever the fuck they do. Whatever scary shit you see on TV, they do. And now, he's in the middle of these two guys creating friction. Same thing with 9 Trays. You seen the story. Somebody brought 6ix9ine in. Shotty wanted him. I think it was Harv wanted to have 6ix9ine. He wanted to have 6ix9ine. He created friction into that gang. They split up. They start beefing. And we all see how the 9 Tray shit ends at the end of the day. These real gangsters got to stop allowing 6ix9ine to get in their head and get them to move certain ways because of what he's saying. That's how it looks. It looks like he's saying shit and they moving off what he's doing and saying. That's the optics of it. But, you know, like I said, I don't want no violence, especially from old rap. Like, y'all old. Ain't nothing wrong with being old. I want to grow old. But, like, when I'm that age, like, I just want to be, like, chilling. Like I said, do real estate, do, like, get the money. Like, what the I don't want to beef on the internet with, you know, 45, 50. I want to get the money, do what I love, be with my family, I'm not calling dudes, hey, what happened to the guns here? I ain't calling niggas from jail. Hey, bro, say this about Wack100. He was on the thing with Tekashi. Hey, yo, fuck. What the fuck am I doing? I'm 45 years old, and I'm a millionaire. That's the thing that blows me. These ain't no broke dudes in the hood. These are, I don't know if they're millionaires. They got a lot of money, though. I don't know if they're like millionaires, but they got money. But like, let's play this game. I don't understand it. I don't see Leonard, they might be dead. I don't see Leonard Skinner, Toby Keith, old-ass musicians on the internet talking shit, they doing whatever the hell they doing. But, you know, hip-hop, that's how they do. But like I said, hopefully nothing comes from that shit. I think 6ix9ine, not 6ix9ine, I think 21 Savage and Jim, what's his name? Wack100 cleared up their shit, so I don't think they have any problems from what I was hearing on the Clubhouse streets. But I don't think there's nothing that's going on between them two. So I feel like that's all good. That's all situated and put aside. But that's all I got for that, man. We're off the 6ix9ine shit, off the academic shit. Let's get to the baby, because the baby's still going through some shit, man. The baby is still trying to be portrayed a certain way within the media. The media is still trying to portray him in a certain light to still make him look bad. He's already lost all the bags, right? All the festivals, gone. Lollapalooza, gone. Governor's Ball, gone. Park and High, gone. iHeartRadio Music, gone. Everybody's gone. Even this past one I seen, they even take him off the thing. They even take him off the whatchamacallit. It was in Utah. They're like, check out our headline. There's Don Toliver and Post Malone. I was like, but ain't that the baby name right there? Took him off, right? They all took him off. He's losing money. So then the blogs try to create another story and narrative that I seen over the weekend, which it's just disgusting. It's just nasty. So we all know the baby did like the real apology, right? Like the apology he should have did from the jump, the good apology, where he said, hey, there's a real apology when they go LGBTQ plus, like when they start doing that. Now, if he'd have put the LGBTQIAA plus, like he did that, I would have knew for sure that was a PR move. But he put the LGBTQ plus, because a lot of people just be, man, the gay community, I'm chill. Like they just say that they won't give you the whole LGBTQ, because he even say nothing about everybody. He just said something about them, Anyways, he took that off his page. And blogs started reposting it, saying, oh, look, the baby took down his apology to the LGBTQ plus community. Oh, my God. And actually, they don't even say nothing. They put that out there because they know it's going to stir up a conversation. They know, like, when you see blogs do certain shits, like, and they just post, like, a little caption, like, they'll put the eyes, or they'll put, like, this, whatever they put. They putting that up there to stir up the people. It stirs up the people every time. Every time the people get stirred up. So they posted that, and I see people in the comment section like, he ain't really sorry. He not sorry for what he did. But my first thought was, goddamn, how long do a man got to keep apology up on his page? When I posted the goddamn apology, it's been posted a million places. Why do I need to leave that up on my page? But it looked like y'all trying to beat the man into submission. He apologized. It's over with. Leave that man alone. He messed up. You know the only person who came out and gave him grace? Who gave out publicly with a helping hand? Miley Cyrus. And they try to kill Miley Cyrus for telling him, I know people make mistakes. Come here, my brother, I'll teach you the ways. Whatever she was saying, she's the only person that came out publicly to do that. Everybody else demonified him. Elton John, Madonna, what's the other white girl name who's on crack? Damn, what's her name? Demi Lovato. They came out trying to get points for it. Like, yeah, he's a da-da-da, he's an evil man. Music doesn't do whatever. Miley was the only person who said, come on, man. I know we all make mistakes. Come here, brother. Come on. And then, I don't know how they found this information out from the baby. Kanye took down a song from him, and people are like, found some shit called Nana Baby, some shit with him and 2 Chainz. He took that down. I don't know. Now, I don't think Kanye isn't the type to me to feed into, like, let's be honest. Kanye had the Trump shit. Kanye had the slavery shit. Kanye had a lot of things going on to where they was trying to cancel Kanye. I don't think Kanye is jumping on the cancel train to take off songs with the baby. I don't think so. I don't think that Kanye would do that. Now, I don't know the reason why the song is down, but Kanye to me don't seem like that type of guy. So until further information comes out, it's got to be something. Maybe there was a sample that wasn't cleared. I'm gonna go with that excuse for the moment, because like I said, Kanye's been through so much shit. For him to join in on the cancel culture wave would look a little bit corny in my eyes, to me. Because honestly, who the fuck even was checking for that song anyways? Who was like, oh, please play that Nana feature, Kanye featuring 2 Chainz and the baby? Not me. So I just assume nobody else was doing it as well. But that's neither here nor there. So just hey, the baby fucked up. I know it. He said what he said. It was wrong. Leave that man alone. The baby just keep putting out music, keep doing your thing. You apologize. You should apologize like that the first time, but stop trying to, because the blogs know they can manipulate these people into swaying certain ways and doing certain shit and doing certain. They know they can. And a lot of people, let's be honest, right? And I'm not saying I'm the smartest guy in the book. I'm not saying everybody's done. But on social media, when you click on some of these, like it'll be a discussion thing, a discussion type post, like, look what happened here. And people are going to be discussing in the comment section. A lot of people in the comment section speak about it in a stupid way that doesn't make any sense. Right? So, this is another example. I don't know if y'all have watched this, but this is a great Joe Rogan episode. Very good information about what's going on in North Korea. There's a girl on there. Yoma King. I don't know. I was about to stereotype the fuck out her name. I don't want to do that. But it was one of his most recent episodes, right? She's talking about her time in North Korea. And she talks about her time in America and how America looks at race and this and that. She said she was coming out of Saks Fifth Avenue, right? And she got robbed by either 2 or 3 black women. And she claims that white people was telling her, let them go. You can't accuse them for being thieves. That's racist for thinking that they're thieves just because they're black, which is some white liberal shit to do. Because they feel like they're the protectors of black people. So I wouldn't be surprised if that really did happen. But literally, if you keep reading in the article, it says, whatever the lady's name is for North Korea, story is this, this, and that. The women who did rob her were arrested. People are still in the comments calling her Jussie Smollett. She lied. She's this. That's why I feel like social media is bad. Social media ain't bad because, actually, yeah, because of it's not even misinformation. Niggas just don't listen. I hate saying the N-word. Because when I hear myself back on podcasts and I hear myself saying it, I just cringe every time. I just cringe. People are so stupid. It could be in black and white. And they'll still run with their own story and their own situation. That's what's wrong with social media. Is too much information going out. There's too many headlines that people ain't clicking. There's too much shit that people aren't reading. That's what's really wrong with social media. It ain't necessarily misinformation. It's people not taking in the actual information that's in the stories. So they saw the headline of her just saying, like, speaks about being robbed by 3 black women in Chicago, and white people is telling her she's racist for thinking that black people are thieves or whatever, without actually reading the article where it says the black woman that robbed her got caught. But they still insist that she was Jussie Smollett. That was at media. It ain't even just media. People just stupid, bro. People just stupid. People just stupid. They don't read. They don't look into shit. They believe every little one thing they read here and there. You see what I do when I read some of this shit? And this ain't no in-depth shit. Wack100, Jim Jones. But at least I'm reading what the fuck is going on. Y'all see me reading every single line of what's going on. Even when I start talking about real shit in the world, I want to read every single line. Because I don't want to leave information out for y'all guys not to have when y'all are talking about it, when y'all are discussing it. But when you see the information there, bro, you got to just take it for what it is. Don't try to make your own shit out of nothing. That's where the spreading of misinformation come from. When people that get an article, see an article, taking information completely wrong, and they run with it somewhere else. That's where misinformation comes from. That's where it comes from. Speaking of misinformation, now this really isn't misinformation, but this don't make no sense to me. So everybody's saying that Kanye West is waiting on Drake to drop his album. They're saying Kanye wants to do a big thing like him and 50 Cent back in the day where it was like super crazy and they sold hundreds of thousands of records and Drake's scared to drop because he's trying to wait till Kanye drop, then he gonna drop. One of Kanye's writers of Consequence, he asked when Drake dropped it. It's like, I don't give a damn what Kanye making. I don't give a damn what he doing. Kanye is great. I'm trying to think about what I'm about to say. Kanye West is great, but that nigga ain't Drake. I don't give a damn what y'all say. If Kanye West and Drake drop same day, I'm listening to Drake. I'll listen to Kanye eventually. But I'm listening to Drake. And honestly, I didn't watch none of the Donda release shit because I just released a goddamn album. All that spectacle shit. Kanye, he likes being a center of attention. He likes that grandioso shit. He wants everybody to be fiending around him. He likes that shit. That's why he keeps doing it. He ain't doing it, I gotta perfect the craft. He like that fucking attention. He likes creating that mass media hysteria around him. And people talk shit, they hate Kanye, they fall for it every damn time. If Kanye do an album release party in Atlanta every single week to some unfinished shit, motherfuckers will be there every week just to say they're there, just to be hypebeat, just to say they're there. Just to be there. But this whole narrative about Drake is scared to do this, bro. Now, I could be completely wrong. And I'm fine with being wrong. But I do not believe in 2021, maybe back in the day, right? Maybe back, My Beautiful Dark, maybe back in the day, 2021, Kanye ain't dropping no better shit than Drake about to drop. I can tell you that right now. I don't give a damn when Kanye drop. He's not going to outsell Drake either. This ain't no competition about sales. Y'all really think Kanye gonna outsell Drake? Are y'all crazy? This certain about Love Boy shit been hyped up for so long. Y'all really think that Drake is gonna be outsold by Kanye? And that's not disrespect to Kanye. When the last time Kanye sold over 300,000 first week? I might be talking out my ass. Let me do a little rundown because I might be talking out my ass completely. But I don't remember the last time Kanye sold. What was Kanye's last album called? Please excuse being bipolar. No, that was the Roddy Ricch. Kanye West first week album sales. Okay. This is Kanye shit, right? Okay. I don't want number. Why y'all go straight to the fucking bottom? Yeezus did 327. Okay. Jesus King did 264. Ye did 208. Life of Pablo did 94. So Drake ain't doing no less than 500,000 first week. No less. He might be with 6, 7. Y'all trying to tell me he's scared of dropping his Kanye? Come on, stop it, man. That's more Kanye like. That's more Kanye buzz. That's more like propaganda and shit like that. Y'all think Drake's scared of dropping his Kanye? Come on. We talking about Drake, right? And Kanye is a goat. Don't get me too. Kanye is a goat. You see him down there? I don't know if y'all can see that shit. I don't think y'all can. I think this mic in the way. But whatever. Kanye down here with Trump. Kanye is a GOAT, a legend. He inspired Drake. But he ain't Drake, nigga. And he ain't gonna outsell Drake. I highly doubt he gonna make, he might do sampling and shit. But fuck that. He ain't gonna do samples better than 40 of them. I don't know what nobody talking about. That nigga ain't doing better than Drake. I know it sounds like a Drake dick ride section, whatever the fuck this is. But come on, stop it. Y'all gotta stop with that shit, man. Y'all gotta stop with that shit. I don't think Drake's scared to drop against nobody. Maybe Kendrick. As far as sales go and hype, the only person I can see Drake not wanting to drop with is Kendrick. That's it. Cause I ain't gonna lie, when Kendrick drop, the world gonna stop. We all gonna sit in our damn house. We gonna put the motherfucking headphones on and we sitting there listening to whatever the fuck Kendrick dropping. That's the only person that'll give Drake a run for his money. Kanye, he's great. But y'all see, Jesus is King to 2. I don't know how the fuck Jesus is King to 264. Maybe the gospel community came out for that one. But stop it. If you think that Drake. Now if Drake is ducking Kanye, he's an idiot. Drop the album, nigga. Ooh, I just sound like when I say that. I fucking sound crazy when I say that after the playbacks. But he not. I don't think so. But that's all I got, man. I was gonna talk about Tyler, the Creator, and DJ Khaled, but I might save that because that's a hilarious story to me. But I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, man. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so every single time that I post. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you're watching here on YouTube. Make sure you go to SoundCloud, Spotify, and iTunes as well to get the full audio experience as well. Also, just go over there. Let's boost up the rating a little bit. Go follow on Spotify. Go follow on Apple Music. Give it a 5-star rating and review. All that good stuff like that, man. So I will be back tomorrow with more things to discuss, more shit to talk.